Hi everyone, it's Brian from Wilco, and today I get to bake cookies on the Traeger. So how fun is that? It's a little bit cool, but it's going to be a lot of fun to bake some cookies. So we're going to use the regular Toll House recipe, except with a couple of twists. One, if you haven't picked up these Oregon Orchard hazelnuts in a Wilco farm store yet, you need to. These culinary made for culinary nuts are really great. I've used the dry roasted diced quite a few times, and they come in sliced as well. They make a great addition. They're grown by local farmers and packaged by a local co-op. So wonderful product. We're going to use them in the cookies. Also, instead of a regular baking sheet, we're going to use a Lodge cast iron pan that you can get at Wilco. And then finally, we're going to also use a Jim Beam Kentucky bourbon whiskey, the honey flavored, to add a little bit of different flavor to the cookie. It's going to be great. Another important point is we're going to use Traeger's apple wood as the wood for the fire. So here are the ingredients that we're using for today's Toll House cookies on the Traeger. Simple recipe and a couple of the twists like I mentioned, and we'll get the Traeger fired up. We'll preheat to 375 degrees like the recipe calls for, and I'll also preheat the Lodge cast iron pan that's in there, so it's also at that temperature, and then start mixing ingredients and get going. Finally, we're ready for Toll House semi-sweet morsels and the Heath milk chocolate and toffee bits. And so this is a double batch. Normally I'd put 1 and 1 for a single batch. We're using 2 bags of the semi-sweet morsels. And so they're 12 ounces a piece. And then we'll add the 8-ounce bags, 2 8-ounce bags of the Heath milk chocolate toffee bits. Now that looks like some great cookie dough. So I'll leave these in the Traeger for about 10 to 12 minutes and then check them to make sure that they are still doing well. You can see how well the cast iron is doing for these cookies. The undersides are just golden brown. They're coming out great, and so I'm going to keep using the cast iron. I'll definitely get a oblong cast iron griddle to use for cookies in the future because it really does a great job, and I like it a lot better than just a regular cookie sheet or scraping on nonstick. So the cookies turned out great. I'm glad I tried them on the Traeger. Baking on the Traeger is really easy. They were simple. The extra touch of the bourbon really made the flavor great, and they came out wonderful, and the wife likes them a lot, so win-win.